Hey Eric and fellow audience, I'm Dan here. I'm testing right now a new experimental gaff, or it's a modifications on a gaff we have seen before but had limited uses. I wanted to expand the uses and make it a gaff that can be very usable. It was something I've been working on for the past 7 years, so hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get into it. The gaff is essentially a variation on a magnetic coin where you can show your hand empty, and let's say a person's walking by and we want to network with them. Without going into your pockets, you can be able to produce the coin, or it be within a heartbeat or 1 second, which is to make the connections where we need to be. And it can be on here in a much more magnetized way than previous versions of steel core coins or steel core half dollars, which I've purchased. They have not been able to be strong enough for what I need to do. So in this version, this half dollar right here can be able to take me walking in this version. I could be running up and down, I could do all the same motions, and where a steel core half dollar, even with magnetized, the strongest magnet, it'll fall off after just a short movements. You have to stay still. With this version, you can be running around doing everything and it'll still stay on you, yet just a little bit of force. Even a 1-year-old can pull it off, I would know, and the coin can be produced need be. Now let's get a close-up of the gaff to see what it really looks like and what are the trade-offs and the bonuses of this routine, and everything you can do with it. So this is essentially the gaff. I'm kidding now. This is just a cool little frog. So with the gaff, we've got two things. We've got a 1 inch. This is about a 1 inch. You can see it for yourself. A 1 inch neodymium magnet. This is very strong. They say warnings on it. And this would be in our back pocket to our dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, it would go in your right back pocket. In your left hand, it would go in my left back pocket. So I'm left-handed, so it would go in my back left pocket. The other thing is for the gaff, because I've tried steel cores and they haven't worked out. I was talking with the Roy Coopers, who was saying, you know, maybe we can make a bigger steel core or maybe a magnet. I opted for just something very simple, something, you know, you can even do right now. It's really cool. We can get a magnet, 1 to 2, and these are like about, in comparison, I would say, let me see how big. I would say about 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch, 1/3 inch diameter neodymium magnet. So we got one of these on the back, and we just taped it. I literally just put tape, packaging tape. You know, the packaging tape, you can get some at the thrift stores. They usually have them. That's where I got mine at, for $1. We put some tape right on the magnets. We tape it over the half dollar, and then cut off all the excess. The setup literally takes, this one-time setup literally takes less than a minute. So with just some flipper moves, doing something like this, if I may do an action, we get the coin. We can actually do a flipper move. We can be able to display the coin in a very casual manner without exposing the backside. While it is a trade-off, technically, and maybe it could be built inside, for what we use it for what I use it for, this can be very useful. And it's much stronger and more reliable in many senses. Before we continue, I assume no liabilities for this, just because it's magnetized, it can hurt your phone and things of that nature. Continuing, we would put the coin, the neodymium magnet, because I'm left-handed, I put in the corner of my back left. So if you're right-handed, put in the corner of your back right pocket. Magnetized side out, you'll know right away, so you can flip the neodymium magnet need be. The half dollar, whoop, you dropped that guy. With the half dollar will go right inside and it will be magnetized. Now I put it in reverse, so I need to flip it over casually. And so essentially we've got this situation right here. And what's fascinating about this, and I'll just show it right here, okay? You can just be jumping around, doing all of the motions. You won't have to worry about it. It will not fall off unless you're running very heavily downhill. That is the only way it can ever fall off, which is crazy. And then you can just literally grab it off, like so. Just comes right on off. And you don't even have to think about it. It's just there. And you could just, if someone's walking down the street and you want to amaze them or prove it, which makes for better video footage, an opening trick, so you can be able to get the video footage you need, you just go right here, boom, production. Have it back on. Be careful because it will make a loud snap because it's neodymium to another magnet, 2 neodymiums. So hands free, come up to person, hey, excuse me, you've got a little coin right here, and produce it, which is really, really cool. Of course, this video wouldn't be complete without an Eric Jones styled routine, so why not, right? Here, you can show my hands empty, No sock. I'm sorry, Eric. We do. We go through motion. Excuse me, sir. You've got a little coin right here. Okay. Don't worry. I'll get rid of it. It'll just go right there. Actually, I'll reproduce it right here. And even if I put this thing away, no matter what I do, it'll just keep on coming back. It's kind of weird. And you know what? If I give it a squeeze, can you help me squeeze it right there? Squeeze it right there, okay? And you'll actually just feel it slowly change into a key. That's weird. Okay. And actually, the other thing is here. Help me again. Help me out. Again. We're gonna try this out. Okay. I need you to help me out. Help me out. Grip it right here. Grip it. I'm gonna give it a little blow, and I'll just go just like that. Key to my heart. Oh. Final notes, Eric. This is, you know, my original inspiration. I've been working on this for about 7 years, honestly. And this was originally just created as an initial opener because CEOs, big networking companies, you need to get their hook within 5 seconds. If you say hello, they're going to ignore you. You just say hello and walk away. I also, bigger than that inspiration, the biggest inspiration was for pretty women, so I could be able to produce a coin off the street without having to go in my pockets, without, you know, having to worry that the coin is going to fall off, without having to constantly palm the coin and constantly think about it. I know, you know, every coin magician, you have to eventually think about it if it's constantly being palmed. This way you can just be relaxed and it's just there whenever you need it, which is great. And then you can just casually put it back on without having to think about it. So women were a great inspiration. The biggest one of all was a woman was actually walking down the street. She was beautiful, gorgeous, but what had happened was I was not able to speak with her because I didn't have the coin. The coin was in my wallet, and even though I'm prepared, I've got everything, I could not pull it out. It looks like I'm struggling, and I just had to let it go by. So had I had this preparation right here to be able to produce the coin instantly, I would have been able to create a conversation and go from there. So because of that frustration right there allowed for me to complete this new variation on a Gaff that is has better trade-offs than the current steel core coin. Thank you guys, Eric and everyone. I thank you for your time, and hope you guys have a good one, and I mean it. Thank you.